Oh, sorry, my mic was down. So, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Market Watch Live with Gilbert Joekpata. So, typically, what we do here every Mondays, we always here where we give you the three market events you should watch out for that could bring you the most volatility, to your investment and your trade. We also do some technical analysis of, Bitcoin and some major alts. And why we do a lot of these major alts is we're looking for how we could tell the direction of the market because Bitcoin's wheel on the rest of the market. And so with a large level of certainty, if you tell what Bitcoin is about to do, you know that some alts are going to amplify such move. And you guys know how we do it over here. If you're watching live, go to the comment section and type live. If you're watching the replay, type replay. I'm going to highlight some of your comments, those of you who are right here with us. So consider this if you're an investor or you're a trader. What I want you to consider this session is like you're the pilot of your investment and you're trading, right? But then, is there a pilot who takes off, like you fly the plane without looking at the weather forecast? So, what we're going to do here is more like the weather forecast as you move into profitable trading and investment for the new week. So meanwhile, if you're watching live, like I said, type live in the comment section. If you're watching replay, Joseph is watching live. And I remember most persons used to watch from X. So welcome everyone. I think this is a very interesting period for the market. For those of you who have been following what we've been doing here, we have been anticipating that by September we are going to have rate cuts. We've shared a couple of more data telling you why there's a larger certainty of about 90. Later, we showed you 95% that we're going to have rate cuts by September. If you look at, Oluwase is watching me live. Look at just statement during last week, Jackson Hole, which was one of the events we watched out for. We're pivoting and inclining even more to the fact that we're going to have rate cuts. And this is one thing we always do here at the Smart Investors Lodge. We anticipate what the Fed is going to do months before they even going to think they will do it. Despite some of their hawkish stand, they are inclining now towards the fact that we are going to have rate cut by September. But this is the most interesting part of his statement last week. He denied that there was ever a cap for rates to start getting cut. So we still sit at over a 95% fact that we are going to have rate cuts. But I will tell you why and how this is important and how you should position yourself. Not just like looking at this week, but in the market in a couple of 1, 2, 3 months from now. Because within 3 months, the market is going to have a very major direction. But then without further ado, let's look at the three market events we are watching out for as we begin the new investment and trading week. Top on our list is happening today. DGen is having a token bond. So this token called DGen is set for a token bond. So what they're about doing is like reducing their supply. And generally, supply reductions like this are always them to be bullish. And I think one other very interesting thing about DGen we should watch out for is that that's Sunday next week. Their airdrop. They have an ongoing airdrop. We've talked about this, a while ago. So for some of you who are anticipating this, you should know that their airdrop is going to end on Sunday. And why is this bullish? First of all, there is a token bond ongoing. There's some development taking place in the ecosystem. And the moment the airdrop stop, it means that activities that pushes higher supply, is going to end. And this is literally bullish for DGen. Personally, I'm not vested in DGen. I'm not. If I was, I would have let you know. But this event and the forthcoming one they are having is one of the major significant events that is trending in the cryptocurrency market. And I think that, if you are looking at some short-term position, I think DGen is great and it's going to give you some very amplified, but you should always know that why some tokens like this are moving with the trend and could give you ability to make some profits. You should know that tokens that are not bear market tested are not always things that you should, hold and go to sleep. But I'm not vested in the journey. If I was, I'll let you know. There are just so many opportunities in the marketplace, and I just can't be everywhere, at every time. Second on our list is happening on Thursday. We still have another happening tomorrow anyway. So let me see that which is happening tomorrow and how you guys could still position, which is happening tomorrow, Tuesday. Bybit is set to list centrifuge, which goes with the ticker symbol CFG. So typically, you guys always know whenever listings like this are about taking place, it's always typical that these tokens always give bullish momentum. So typically, what smart investors always do who want to take advantage of short-term swing is that you buy before the listing. So when you buy and it's being listed on Bybit, as that pump is taking place, you're selling, and not when the pump is taking place, you're rushing to buy the pump. Meanwhile, I've been under the weather, guys. I've been under the weather. If my voice sound awkward, if my energy level is different, this is. I want you to know this is why I've been under the weather. And last but not the least is happening on Thursday. Jupiter token is set for an unlock. So Jupiter will unlock about 47 million of its token, about 1.78% of its total supply. Typically, events like this always bring volatility because investors watch closely for price action. And why we always have this kind of volatility is simple. It's simple. Why is it simple? Because the more there is supply in the marketplace and there are no more buyers than sellers, you know, the basic law of demand and supply, mostly tokens always have some dump. So these are the three market events we are watching out for as we begin the new investment and trading week. Meanwhile, I want you to know that these events are capable of bringing market volatility. So if you must invest or trade the market this week, make sure you're investing and trading smartly. And so let's dive deeper into some more technicals. One thing I promised was I was not going to waste time here. So some other thing we are doing today as well is we're just going to look at BTC. With time we're going to come back with larger tokens and alts as we always do. But for time frame and the fact that I've been in motion, so typically, lots of things happen, my friends. A lot of things happened, my friend, and we're coming from a very long way. And I don't even intend to make this chat dirty, but this is some of what we did last week. So last week we were able to show us the fact that we're range bound, and like I've always said, the inverted, head, shoulder, which we're coming from at this point. We even called that there was going to be an upward continuation. When we got here, we called for this move, this breakout. We called this move here. This was where many persons had again said it was a bear market, and we're like, no, it's not. That this was a shout, just like we also had. Don't forget, we had a bullish flag here. This was a bullish flag, but yeah, it tests to be like this extreme is still this extreme. And then at this point, we called, for a move to a new all-time high. We reached this all-time high. But last week, one of the major things we were able to anticipate here is the fact that the market was still bullish. We showed you guys how and why the market was still bullish, because what we had was that the market had a breakout, a very healthy breakout, and then we were range bound, and this was where we had to show you. So this was our range as we anticipated last week. And one thing we showed was that this could be a potential short. I also did I know this is also a little bit of an update analysis I did in regards to it, which were like what we should expect the market, before a possible break is this. So, just like this, we came down. So we will test resistance, support, test resistance. I still think the market may still give us something. So this is it. I personally think that there's a lot of liquidity. We could have a, while we are respecting the support like we respected here, This support is not necessarily numbers, it's a zone. So this is a zone. And while I think that there are liquidity, while I think there is liquidity here, we still stand a risk of this. We still stand a risk here, which means the market may see 100. I'm not taking this out. I'm not taking this. And I still think that so overall structure. Okay, we're talking about overall structure here is bullish. Overall, yes, and overall the bullish structure it still becomes. I still think overall the structure is still bullish, but I'm not taking out the fact that the liquidity zone, and you can see the level is clear for you to see. This is still a market may do this. Uh, we stand a risk somewhere. We may do this. This is a risk. So we have two possibility and two scenarios. We may break this local support. So for now, they're able to show you a bigger range. So this shows we are a bigger range. So okay, look at this. So this is support, right? We are range bound. But then the fact that we see liquidity zone and we could pick another fact that there is liquidity here. So what happens is that local support. This becomes local support, and this is a bigger time frame support level. Yeah, and I think this is clear for most of you to see. So we stand a risk. We stand a risk that we may test, and when we break that breakdown. So let me show you two scenarios. So we have two scenarios that I think the market is going to do. First is the one I showed last week. We do this. We do this test result. Or our second thing is that we may range that out. You we have range come, but in anticipation of a rate cut. And so what's going to happen once we have this rate cut? I think that if the rate cut comes September, the market is going to move into the our long anticipated network has been bad. Good Lord. So personally, it's my view that the moment rate cut comes, you know, the market is going to move to a long anticipated 140 to 150K. We're coming from a very long journey where in December 2022, we told the market has bottomed to first quarter of 2023. We started calling that look, this is time to start investing and giving you reasons why we think it's a smart thing for you to start investing on time. And the reason we do this is because look, we have an investment calendar or investment blueprint here at the Smart Investors Lodge. We are not the kind of persons that like to buy when everybody is buying. So typically, what we like to do is that we take positions when we think the market has bottomed, and when everybody thinks it's a smart time to start buying, we hold because of like, look, we think the market is about recovering. So we are not in a hurry to sell. We want to ride the wave. And the period everybody is starting to gain confidence and say, look, this bull market may last as long as we start selling. So if you look at our event calendar, first quarter of 2023, when some persons were already calling for a $10,000 and $8,000 BTC, we said, look, we've been telling you we've bottomed since 16, 17K, and 24K. We said technically we're at the beginning of a bull run, and we already called that the market is going to do 140 to 150. Within this period, many persons have called market up severally. but we're still telling you we're bullish. We're still giving you liquidity flow. Why altcoins are moving the way you expect them to move, and why rather some kinds of altcoins are moving and not the ones that you expect to move. And one thing I keep saying, like I've always said, is that we may not be able to tell you, help you get out of every token you are invested. But one thing we could let you know is that the moment this party is over, once this party is over, you're gonna hear it here first. You're gonna hear it here first. We're gonna tell you, look, this party is over. That's one thing I could tell you. But as usual, just like we've been called the short-term bear market from 110 to about 74K and all of that. But before we did that, about 3 weeks in the premium channel, we have already told them why we're playing defense, how and what we're doing at that point. One thing I know, and I'm still saying, is that those in the premium channel will be able to know, the longer time frame, why we believe that the market has stopped. And those of you who also join us here for Market Watch. Afterwards, after we've been able to help lots of persons there, stay safe, we'll also be aware. So if you're somebody, you're looking for that level of guidance, you're looking for a level of guidance, looking for a level of coaching, you want to take trades, whether it's sports trade, futures trades, or buy certain, we anticipate the next breakout, and also anticipation of record, the Smart Investors Lodge Premium channel is where you should be. And this is my time. I decided I'm going to make sure we're brief as possible. I'm under the weather. I'm not very healthy, but as usual, I decided to still create time. We still have Market Watch as we start the new investing and trading week. Yeah, I see you. Beyond Borders GM, Anthony GM, Edu Creep GM. Thanks all of you for making our time to join us right here in the Smart Investors Lodge Market Watch. Don't forget, regardless of what you do in the cryptocurrency market, make sure you're in our WhatsApp announcement channel. Make sure you're on Discord. Make sure you're participating in Discord. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Leave a thumbs up. Share this video with someone. Follow us on X, follow us in relevant places. And what else? See you on the inside of the Smart Investors Lodge Premium channel. Don't forget, I love you, and invest and trade